are going to the grill for today's daily dish, but with sky-high food costs these days, steak might not be on the menu for many of us. Don't worry though, grilling season can still be saved. Chef MDP will have you barbecuing on a budget with delicious sweet heat pulled mushroom quesadillas, which sound delicious. Chef, why do you love to grill quesadillas?
You know what? Anything on the grill is fun, but anytime you can stuff something. So a quesadilla is just, put anything in that you have in the fridge. You mentioned skyrocketing costs of food. Quesadilla is a great mechanism. You can grill it, put anything you want in there. Trace, have you ever made quesadillas at home? Have you ever done this before? Or especially on the grill? Have you ever done a quesadilla on the grill before?
You know what? We've never done a quesadilla on the grill, and we do quesadillas quite frequently because the kids love them, but not on the grill, and it's a smart thing to do. Why not take it outside, right?
Right. Spring, summer is here. Take it outside. So what I've done is I've set my grill to 400 or so. Tracy, king oyster mushrooms. What do you know?
Listen, I don't know enough because you're going to teach me a thing or two about those. I should have told folks that this is what you need to get started with this recipe, just so we can show them what they need so they can follow along. Now that they know that, tell us a little bit about that king oyster mushroom, please.
Absolutely. So king oyster mushrooms, absolutely fantastic. You can eat them raw. They're fibrous. We're going to pull pork it. So literally make them like pulled pork, but we're going to be pulled oyster mushrooms. So we're going to take our fork. You can either use one or two. You can eat these raw. I have not rinsed these. What you want to do with mushrooms is you want to make sure that you're not putting moisture in. You could take a paper towel and just make sure that there's no dust or dirt that is on them. So as you can see, I am shredding. You are taking your fork, pardon me, and you are just simply shredding these off just like you would with pulled pork, so to speak. So if you see here, Trace, this is so much fun. This is something where you can get the kids, clean hands, set up a workstation. Look at that fibers, just pull right off. The top, of course, is everything is 100% edible. The good thing as well with oyster mushrooms is that they're essentially called the vegetarian or vegan vegetarian sort of option for steak. They also saute really, really well, such as something almost like a scallop. They have the similar kind of texture to a scallop. So I'm going to do up a couple. Let's do one more here.
All right, Chef, but do you have to pre-boil or heat that mushroom before you shred it?
No, great question. So you do not have to boil or heat that at all. So I'm going from raw. Reason being, you want to be able to handle it, and it actually pulls apart, as you can see, really, really well when it's raw. So I want to jump over. We've got a few things heated already. So if you follow me, for example, right here, I've got canola oil going into a skillet. I'm going to go my oyster mushrooms in. I'm now followed up with a little bit of smoked paprika. I'm doing salt and pepper to taste. Follow it in. Absolutely stunning right there. Garlic. I've got 2 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. And what we want to do is with a little barbecue sauce. So I've done a homemade barbecue sauce, molasses, beer-based ketchup, mustard powder. I've actually put that online for everybody, so you can check that out. Mustard is in, which is fantastic. And we're just going to follow up with some black beans. I love black beans. Great protein. Because we are using something vegetarian, we're still looking for that protein. So you're going to get all that beautiful flavor. And Tracy, what we want to do is we want to just saute. Can you just get right in here and smell that? Trace, did I just take you perhaps down south with that dish? Like, look what we have going on right there.
You sure have. It looks incredible. And that's the thing about mushrooms. It's like, if you can get into them, you will not miss the meat. It's nice to have that as an option, a plant-based option.
It really is. And it's budget-friendly, right? Plant-based for the summer, budget-friendly. So at the same time, we're putting on some pineapple rings. Do yourself a favor. Canned is fine. Canned is fine. It's inexpensive. Again, we're working on a budget, and we want to have fun food, but turn it to the next notch and turn it up a level. Sort of crank it and have some fun. So when I put that on, it's absolutely stunning. Look at this. I can smell this. I feel like I'm down south on vacation right now.
What do we need to know about grilling fruit, like grilling pineapple? Keep the heat high, flip it quickly. Like, what are the tips we need to know to do that properly?
Absolutely. So I want to go right on direct heat first. I'm going to get that beautiful grill marks. And then what I want to do is, because there's that sugar, on it. It's going to caramelize on both sides. And with that beautiful caramelization, if you come up top here, I've got a couple that we've rocked off as well that are absolutely stunning. I actually remove it from the heat and I go right on top. So I go from direct heat to indirect heat. Tracy, let's build a quesadilla now. So the biggest tortilla that you can possibly find, please. Like, just look at this happening over here. We've done up some already. We've got our beautiful king oyster mushrooms. We're just sauteing this. I want to add everything. At the same point, we're going to go in with our cheese. Cheese, please, right? How much cheese do we want to go? Trace, are we loading up the cheese?
Load up that cheese.
Lots.
And if you are a vegan, you can go for that vegan cheese. I happen to love that stuff.
You certainly can. Me too, me too. And a lot of it pulls really well, which we're going to see in a second. So now, look at this. I am just folding. If you want, you can use your spatula where you're just going to press on that. I want that to be about a minute or so. And I'm just placing my beautiful grilled pineapple right on top. Trace, that's a minute and a half or so. Let's just jump over here. We've got a hot one ready to go. If I may, the moment of truth. And I hope you want to see that cheese pull. Look at this. Look at this. Just absolutely stunning. We'll go in for another cut here. Oh my God. This is so nice. Look at this. Tracy, what is happening here?
Beautiful. Woo. You get the ooey gooey cheese pull, but then you get the nice crisp exterior. Oh, looks so good. Thank you, MDP, for giving us a plant-based recipe so we can grill on a budget. And as always, find that full recipe up on cityline.tv.